Hey, it's Kory from the Mix 96 Afternoon Show, backstage at Back to the 80's, which is why I'm wearing these shades next to a legend of music, which is why I'm taking these shades off now. This is Martin from ABC.
Hello.
Hi, Martin.
How are
Welcome
you?
to Sacramento. We're in Roseville
Wow.
for Back to the 80's. You are currently on tour, so it's like Back to the 80's every night for you.
I was there, yeah. You're
were
all
there.
you're too young to remember the 1980s, but I was there fighting those battles in the post-punk world.
I'm glad that you assumed as much.
As a new romantic
because
in London.
It's true, yeah, way back when I was just a twinkle in my father's eye, you were making hit music.
Yep.
And ABC had a massive amount of hits. Just to briefly, just between 81 and 91 was like,
Yeah, that was a good period.
it was
for us.
explosion,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there was lots of tours, lots of music, lots of singles, lots of suits. This
You could
suit-
go and do a TV show back then, like American Bandstand, and there'd be Lionel Richie. LL
Yeah.
Cool J would be there doing his first tune ever, and also somebody called Madonna. She was doing Holiday.
that?
So
Do we
I
play
kind
that?
of grew up through that whole period.
She's on
that
my
was
shirt,
me
isn't
back in the day performing Poison Arrow on those shows. Yeah, Madonna.
She's on my shirt.
She's
Madonna's
my
there.
favorite. But yeah, I lived and breathed the 1980s. Yeah, it was a great period to be in a band.
So everybody talks about, of course, you know, I guess the first real like notable example was the Beatles invasion. But we go to the 80s, and there was another kind of UK invasion that took place
Oh
in the 80s.
man, I used to go to the airport and you'd see like Adamant there, and you'd see like Duran Duran over there, and I don't know,
The
Spandau
king of the
Ballet,
name
Mark
droppers.
Almond,
This is so
the
good.
Pretenders, and the Police. Yeah.
What was the excitement like though when you guys, to quote the oft overused term, when you crossed the pond? Was that an exciting thing for you?
Well, when we got here, when we came to the United States, it was all very different because
we all talk weird.
Yeah, it was no. I meant the music was different, so it was like starting all over again. Yeah, we'd had success in Britain, but it was like starting all over again. Yeah, it was fantastic. A challenge that we we took on. But of course, MTV was developing. You know, that was like back then. It was 6 people around one table, but it turned into a multi-million $1 industry. Yeah.
Pounds too. Lots
Yeah,
of pounds.
pounds.
So fast forward to 2018,
Yeah.
and you're here still waving the ABC banner all these years later,
Yeah.
doing your thing.
Yeah.
What does ABC and what does your act look like in 2018? Like obviously
Yeah,
it's evolved.
it's kind of it's kind of Star Trek, and I'm Captain Kirk. You know, it's the SS Enterprise. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, but it has evolved. But all these years on, it's still a great privilege to get on stage and perform When Smokey Sings and Poison Arrow and The Look of Love, All of My Heart, Be Near Me, all those tunes. So you're only as good as your next show in 2018. So you got to climb on stage and deliver the goods.
Your next show's coming up.
Yeah.
Based on my math. So
Yeah.
what's going to happen in your next show?
You're gonna hear some pretty funky cosmopolitan tunes, yeah. And the suits are always a big part of our
The
sound.
suits
Yes,
are a
it's
big deal. That
even
is
now, after all these years,
The
yeah.
suit
My friend,
game is strong because the gold suit
Suits.
made you famous.
Yeah,
the
I had
gold
a-
suit was like
yeah.
your thing. That was like the look. Did you just go, gold's no longer my color? I need to mix it up.
the gold suit. I don't know where that. It came from Elvis, I think. Elvis had a gold suit,
was-
so I
yeah.
figured, in my
It was probably a safe bet.
stupidity, it was a good idea to have a gold suit. But you got a lot of attention.
You're attributed
wearing a
to
gold
it a lot,
suit.
though.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
attributed
yeah.
to it
Very
a lot.
much so.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry, Elvis. He did it better.
The guy in the Killers had a gold suit, and and a couple of other people have attempted the gold suit in recent years. But
Attempted.
I was there.
That is the key word. ABC is going to be taking the stage here in just a minute. We are at Back to the 80's in Roseville. I'm Kory from Mix 96. So much exciting stuff to come, including I'm making him take me suit shopping.
Yeah.